Well, with all the focus now on our chances of rain changing over to snow and freezing rain, it's now looking more and more like we are about to begin that transition. Temperatures are beginning to cool down. It is 37 right now in Birmingham, but there is good news. I had to put a little bit of a positive spin on the extended forecast. There is going to be dry weather in here for tomorrow. Warmer weather by the weekend with highs into the low and mid 60s. Looks fantastic. Now, our winter storm warning continues through this afternoon into tonight. That does include the Birmingham metro area, Jasper, Coleman, Hayden, back over into Anniston, as well as Gadsden. And those will be the spots that we're going to watch very carefully for some icing. That will be the best potential for a freezing rain transition a little bit later before all of it turns over to snow across much of central and east Alabama. 34 right now in Coleman, 35 in Blunsville, as I mentioned, 37 now for Birmingham, Alabaster, northern Shelby County, back into Tuscaloosa, 40 degrees. So these temperatures are okay. It's just a cold, cold rain outside, and that trend continues throughout the next several hours. If you look back towards the south and west, we've got a lot of water that continues all the way back down into southern portions of Mississippi and South Alabama. All of this headed towards the north and east. But not a whole lot in the way of white or a little pink, but a little bit of sleet being reported up around Hamilton, a little bit of freezing rain where there's a light glazing going on, but that's about it. Otherwise, it's all water right now, and we hope that trend continues at least for the next several hours, which I expect that we'll start to see that transition as we get later into the morning, starting in our northeast counties. Around the Birmingham metro area, though, plenty of blue for water. That is all rain falling. And in East Alabama, this is the spot that we'll have to watch the closest for any potential of icing. And I expect that we will likely see icing begin later into the afternoon before a transition back over to snow. And that will be on top of some of the ice we have collected. It looks as if the best potential for ice will still be from roughly Anniston, Oxford, back up towards Gadsden, maybe just a bit east, all the way over to the Georgia state line. Now, for those of you who have plans to travel to Georgia, I've got bad news for you. If you are driving I-20 anywhere from Atlanta right across over into places like East Georgia, back over towards Augusta, South Carolina, it could be a crippling ice storm that is unfolding for them. This is going to be one of those stretches where power outages will be widespread, tree damage will be extensive. Some of the icing totals could be up towards an inch in a few areas across North Georgia. We are going to hopefully dodge that bullet, but again, I want to keep our extreme eastern counties in that potential for a little bit of icing. Here's how our day unfolds. 5:30, still looking at some rain, mostly rain right into the mid-morning hours at 9:30. Then we make the transition as we get into the early afternoon. Snow continues across the I-65 corridor back into East Alabama at 6:15. But watch as we get later into tonight. Just a few wraparound flurries. This will be moving out a little quicker than we thought yesterday. That's fine. We'll have it out of here in a hurry. But between now and then, some of the snowfall totals could be really impressive. Upwards of 2 inches, maybe even upwards of 4 to 6 inches in our extreme north and eastern counties, especially if the transition to snow begins soon enough. Now, as we get into Thursday, it's looking like most of us across the southeast, not Friday, but Thursday, will finally start to clear back out, and temperatures will have a chance to warm back up. And it looks like we'll at least have to deal with a few passing showers across our northern counties late Friday. But this weekend looking fantastic, and then we're into the upper 60s by the first of next week.